It's cool. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started, everyone. Apologies for the delay in the start time. It's funny that we were having tech difficulties at Cornell Tech for a tech summit, but here we are. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the inaugural Disability and Access in Tech and AI Summit. My name is Omari Keeles, and I'm the Senior Director for Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging here at Cornell Tech. It's wonderful to see so many of you gathered with us today, students, faculty, staff, and partners from across the university and beyond, both in person and virtually. Your presence reflects not only a shared curiosity about the intersections of disability, technology, and innovation, but also a collective commitment to creating more inclusive academic and professional communities. This summit marks an important milestone for Cornell Tech and the broader Cornell community. It brings together individuals from multiple disciplines and perspectives to examine how accessibility, disability identity, and technological advancement can inform one another in more intentional and equitable ways. Before we dive into today's program, I want to take a moment to recognize those who helped to make this event possible. First and foremost, thank you to the co-PIs on the grant that is funding the summit, Dr. Thijs Roumen, Assistant Professor at Cornell Tech, and Dr. Leanne Roberts, Director of Belonging at Bowers College of Computing and Information Science. I would also like to thank our planning committee, a group of staff and students who have dedicated their time, creativity, and insight over the past several months to curate this rich and engaging experience. Excuse me. This summit marks an important milestone. I already said that. Thank you. Before we dive into today's program, I thanked everyone already, so I'm sorry. But the committee folks include Angeline Gomez, Jasmine Collins, Dylan Fox, Tobias Weinberg, Dylan, and Spence Ray. Your thoughtful work has ensured that this summit reflects both the depth and scholarship and the diversity of lived experience that define this important conversation. Also, a special thank you to Greg Morissette, Dean of Cornell Tech, for his genuine and unwavering support of not only this summit, but all of the work and efforts of the DEIB team. I'd also like to extend our deepest gratitude to the Presidential Advisors on Diversity and Equity, whose support via the Belonging at Cornell grant has been instrumental in bringing this vision to life. Thank you for investing in an event that not only highlights cutting edge research, but also centers belonging, accessibility, and community in the evolving landscape of tech and AI. The inspiration for this summit emerged from a simple but powerful observation. The people shaping the technologies of the future should reflect the diversity of the world these technologies are meant to serve. Yet, disability centered research and technology, along with the representation of researchers with disabilities in these fields, remains disproportionately low. This imbalance is not simply a matter of numbers. It signals the presence of systemic barriers that limit both participation and innovation. When individuals with disabilities do not see their experiences and perspectives reflected or valued in academic and professional spaces, it sends an implicit message about who belongs in the conversation and whose expertise is considered central. The absence of these voices means that technological design often overlooks the lived experiences of disabled people, leaving accessibility and usability concerns unaddressed. This exclusion not only restricts innovation, but also weakens the social and intellectual fabric of our institutions. When the full diversity of human experience is missing from the design table, we create technologies that serve fewer people less equitably and with less imagination. But the inverse is also true. When disabled researchers and practitioners lead and contribute to the development of technology, the outcomes are more responsive, more creative, and ultimately more just. As scholars note in their work, amplifying the perspectives of disabled scholars does more than improve accessibility. It strengthens our collective capacity to build environments where every member can thrive and contribute meaningfully. This summit was designed to create space for that very work. Over the next day and a half, we will hear from scholars, technologists, and advocates whose research and lived experience challenge us to reconsider how disability and innovation intersect. We will explore how to dismantle barriers that hinder participation, reimagine accessibility as a catalyst for creativity, and identify pathways to sustain this work beyond the summit. Ultimately, this gathering is about connection, connecting people, ideas, and communities. Excuse me. It's about fostering networks that affirm identity, nurture belonging, and inspire change. My hope is that each of us leaves this summit not only with new knowledge, but with a renewed commitment to ensuring that disability is not treated as an afterthought in research or design, but as a vital dimension of human diversity that enriches our understanding and expands what is possible. Thank you for being here, for lending your energy, your insight, and your presence. I look forward to the conversation that will unfold and to the ideas that will grow from them today and tomorrow. Welcome to the summit.
All right, so let's get started. I wanna give a bit of an overview of what we're going to be doing throughout the summit and what you're like sort of in for today. So on a high level, we're going to be looking at like examples of like research in around accessibility. We're going to have people talk about their identity related to accessibility. We have conversations around policy, startups, and the whole objective of the conference is to kind of like foster great conversation. So like this is not just like, you know, a stage that is talking to you, but we want it to be an engaging conversation. So kind of participate, engage, and be part of the ongoing conversation as we go. So for today, like we have like 2 days. It's a 1.5 day summit. So like today we have like a full in-person program, and we have like an audience in Zoom as well. That's why we already want to get started, even though the bus from Ithaca is still like very close to arriving. But we know New York City traffic is not always on our side. So we have like we were starting off with the welcome. That's what we're doing right now. Shuri will soon take over with the opening keynote of the conference. And then we have throughout the day, we have like a series of like sort of more academically focused sessions where we have like both speakers that are like researchers and people who talk about their identity related to accessibility. So that's these two sessions that you see here. And then in between, we have like two sort of more interactive sessions that are like kind of your chance to engage and fully be part of the conversation. So the first one is a series of workshops. There's like one is generously hosted by our sort of co-hosts of YAI. They have like an interactive workshop, and we'll have like a series of like tech startups that are developing assistive technology where you can try out their technology and engage with sort of the latest and greatest stuff that they've been building. Also, again, a great opportunity for conversation, right? Engage, kind of ask questions, be part of like their curiosity around like developing this technology and rolling this out in the world. And then afterwards, we have like a series of panels, and these panels are going to be like, again, like focused on conversation. We have like 3 types of panels. One is focused on policy, one is focused on research, and one is focused on identity. So like, you know, during the conference, decide like sort of for yourself, like what you're most interested in, which conversation you want to engage with. And that's sort of part of like, you know, like the middle of the day program today. So before we're going to move on to the actual program, I want to have like one round of applause for all our speakers that we have like over the conference. So I'm going to show them here, and they're just like, you know, applause in the background. This is the first batch of speakers, panelists and speakers, and more of that. So you're in for a big treat. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming towards you. And I hope that the next 1.5 days are going to be an opportunity for you to learn something, but also to kind of like share your own perspective and engage in that conversation. And as I was saying, tomorrow there's going to be more. So like, even though today is the in-person program, we do have like a Zoom audience as well. This is why like everything is like we're using a microphone and we have like sort of the Zoom setup here. But tomorrow is like going to be exclusively on Zoom, and that's mostly for accessibility reasons as well, right? There are people who cannot physically come to New York City to attend a conference like this. So we wanted to make sure that part of our program is available to, you know, anyone independent of like sort of their ability to travel over. So tomorrow is going to be fully on Zoom. If you haven't gotten the link yet, we'll distribute it to you. And today will be Zoom accessible. So there will be people in Zoom. As I said, like we have like an audience that is currently virtually in this room as well. Like you feel their presence. They are here as well. And they are part of the conversation as well. So like feel free to engage. They are out there. And you know, like that to kind of like reiterate the point, like this is not a passive conference. This is not us speaking to you, but it's a conversation. Do engage, do participate in the conversation and the overall experience that we are laying out for you here. So that brings me to the end of the welcome. I want to introduce my sincere pleasure to introduce Shiri Azenkot, who just like entered the room as well. Shiri Azenkot is associate professor in information science here at Cornell Tech. She's the founder and the director of the Enhancing Ability Lab, which is obviously a lab that does a lot of like sort of related work. We'll see throughout the conference also some of her students share the latest and greatest work that they've been up to. And she's also the founder of the XR Access community, which is like a conference that happens annually since 2019, focused on mixed reality as well as accessibility. So on that note, I would like to ask Shiri to join me on the stage and take it over from here. Big round of applause for Shiri Azenkov.